Gonna make the greatest platformer ever, John?
All right. And then here's the... That's when the thing's supposed to come in.
Okay, so we got some from our tile artist for Kobold's Quest. You got some sweet tiles. You want to know our color preferences, and I'm gonna go with, the clay with the darker grass. I think that looks best compared to the alternatives, because the really bright glass just looks so neon when the kobold's on and everything. I thought it was gonna be great, but it really looks like that darker grass is gonna work out better. I like his rocks he's added. But yeah.
These ones?
Yeah, they look good. So yeah, that looks really. I like that a lot, though. What he's done with the cobble and the grass. So, all right, let's see what he says. I'm curious.
Well, the thing is, do we want his screen name?
It's already been recorded, John.
No, only a part of it.
It's fine.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Oh. What happened?
You can blur it. Not that hard.
Mike can't do it.
Yeah,
He's the one editing it.
Yeah, you can. It's a built-in feature.
Complaining about his NAS. And Windows Live OneCare decides to update again. See, if you don't use Windows Live OneCare once every 5 minutes, it'll insist on downloading new updates. That's how often it updates, people. That's how often it updates.
I'm not really sure it's doing anything when it does that.
It says it's downloading and updating. Dark grass, blend, dirt, old texture. Do you want odd details like this?
Yes, that looks cool. Don't you think? That's definitely like those gravel. Oh man, the colors are all off because of my angle. There we go. There we go. Sweet tile art.
Level builder. Torque X builder, yeah. And it's very, 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 very terrible way of doing tile maps. This is the worst tile map I've ever seen. The worst way of doing tiles. It's just unbelievable how terrible it is. And I'll show you. So we select our tile that we want. It's like, well, let's just mess around with this tile. So we go to our tile editing menu here. And here we go. We selected the material, forest material. And as you can see, we now have to choose the frame. So we click the button, wait for it to load, and it brings up with this very small little box where we now get to try and figure out which of the tiles we need. We do not know how they compare to the other tiles because it doesn't show, it's not laid out like the size of the normal image, so it goes only by 4x4 tiles. There's no way to resize this thing. It's just this really terrible 4x3 window where you got to go through and try and figure out what freaking tile you want. Put in paint mode and you can start clicking. And it's just really cumbersome to use because of that small little window. And it's really terrible.
Yes, Kobold's Quest. We have been getting artwork in and going to make the greatest platformer ever.
I could never make whole entire levels using this
torque engine.
Oh yeah.
Torque build. Yeah. Sorry.
One tile at a time? What, are they kidding me? There's no way. I'm not going to do it. So what I'm going to do
is going to be a programming ninja, and
that's true. I'm going to use this video game called Grawl. It's an old game. And I will now go... they have a decent level editor. And so where you can see the entire tile set right here, and you're able to click and drag and place. Click and drag and place. And it makes it very easy to do operations. Right click, copy. You can move it around. Look how fast that is.
And how long did it take you to do that really, really terrible simple?
That took me over an hour to... No, I don't know. No, probably not over an hour, but it took me...
a good deal of time.
Yeah, maybe 10 to 20 minutes to do that little bit of just going through and trying to figure out what tile I need.
Yeah.
So it just so happens that we're using 16 by 16 tiles, and it just so happens that that's what the dimensions that Grawl uses. So I'm going to steal their little level editor. I'm going to use their tile set. I'm going to use our tile set.
Our tile set.
Our
That's
tile set,
right.
yeah.
Our tile set. Not
So-
dirty, filthy thieves.
I'm going to use our tile set, and it has this one feature where you can click here, and it gives an array of tile indices. And I'm just going to take this little array, run it through a converter program, and it'll convert it to a scene object that I can just paste directly into the scene file. And
thus victory will be ours.
Thus victory will be ours.
Yes.
And
J-Fail will know the bitter taste of defeat.
it's way easier than trying to program my own thing. Actually, technically, we could use there was an open source level editor for Grawl.
Excellent.
I just don't want to mess around with it because they use GTK, which is a very, very terrible windowing system. And I'll probably get lots of hate mail, and maybe from YouTube on our non-existent subscribers about it.
Hey.
I'm sorry, guys. GTK is terrible. Trolltech made the best windowing system, QT. But it'll actually allow me to get a level working so where I can start testing the platforming code. Because the platforming code technically should work, but as we all know, whenever something technically should work, it'll never work. We have a platform type called it's a platform pass, like jump through, I think it is. And it's where if the player collides with it and he's moving upwards, then it will not allow any collisions against it, so they can jump through it and then land back on top. So it's saying it's a platform you can jump through. And so I've coded that entire system in. I just haven't been able to test it yet.
But soon we shall.
Mm-hmm. I just need to get.
I'm just waiting on all our artists to get their work done. And got all the Kobold sprites we need, except for the physical desk you requested for dungeons. They are being finished right now.
The ones?
The one where they don't fly apart in pieces?
Yeah. Oh no.
What?
That's a subversion conflict. I gotta resolve it.
Oh, who knows?
Oh wow.
Well, in the meantime, I have a TurboGrafx 16!
He's getting ever so closer to having pretty much every single console created.
Yeah. And then AVGN will have to look upon me with envy. That is not a goal, people. That is not a goal.
It would be really sad if it was.
Hey, John.
Okay.
I heard a victory dance.
Yep, I got the program working. Oh.
So,
And so here's my converter program I wrote in C#. The first thing I do is need to specify our tile set width in tiles, which is 22. And then we go to a better level editing program. I'm eventually going to use an open source builder, and I'm going to that uses the same type of level editing style. I'm going to hack it up so we don't have to rely on this. But export the tiles. So I drew this little guy right in here. So I just export the tiles, I bring it to my converter, paste them in, and then I click convert. And here we are. This is a torque XML information. And so I just need to paste this big long thing in inside our little there it is, into our stage, and after I paste it in there, I just load it up again, and it appears. But there we go. Now we can create levels insanely easily.
and we will be victorious over the J-Fail.
Yeah.
Right?
Of course.
Okay.
Of course.
Remember, everyone. Singular vision.